I got everything all tangled up. Hey, gang. Uncle Todd and Sonny here. And we're at episode 7 of Wednesday. And we opened 15 years previously. We're in, I believe it's in Florida. Yeah. A younger Dort meets a guy who will become Gideon, the leader of the Morning Song cult. And basically this shows Dort recruiting him as the face, since Dort's not that photogenic in a Fabio kind of way, the way Gideon is. And so they lay the groundwork for that organization. We then cut back to the present, where Dort reveals he knows Bianca and her mother has hidden her mother there, and explains that he is Morning Song, and that they're going to be doing some things for him, whether they want to or not. Later, after because of all the stuff that happened last week, the sheriff informs Dort that from now on, the local police will be handling all security at Nevermore, and he will have no argument about it, or they'll close the school down. Later, Agnes has found some information for Wednesday, and she goes to confront her parents. And she now knows Slurp is Issac. And her father admits, yes, he was Issac. I didn't recognize him until the other night. And he was Gomez's roommate back in their academy days. She then talks to her mother and tells her about her premonition. And Adams is going to die. And also tells her mother her writing sucks. Meanwhile, Enid runs into Bruno, who tells her that he has broken up with his girlfriend, and if she is amenable, just as friends, they could go to the festival together. Before she can give an answer, Capri pulls her away and explains some things to her. The full moon is coming in 2 days. Now, as an alpha, if she changes during a full moon, she will not be able to change back. And traditionally, other wolf packs hunt and kill alphas. Now, to prevent this, she needs to go to the cage every night and do things that keep her calm. It's emotions that cause the change for an alpha. Okay. Wednesday, meanwhile, takes Thing and they go and investigate the Galpin's old house. And Thing finds the entrance to the underground bunker, and they explore it. Issac, his sister, and Tyler are not there. But they do find 2 important things. One is an empty pill bottle. Obviously, this is medication to help Tyler's mother. And Wednesday, finding a rag with the blood that she's been coughing up, realizes she's dying. This is why they were trying to do what they did in the lab at the asylum. And she also finds some interesting moths. So she takes them to Eugene, who explains they are corpse moths. They lay their eggs in corpses. These have laid their eggs. Now they can track the corpse that they laid their eggs in, which would be Issac. So they release them. Let's see. Now, while this has been going on, Tyler, Issac, and Tyler's mother have gone to a vet's office, taken out the vet, and then Tyler gives his mother a blood transfusion using the equipment there. It's the only thing that can stabilize her for the moment until they can get a new machine running, which Issac has a plan for that, and it will involve Adamses in revenge for what they did. Ominous. Meanwhile, Dort gives a great presentation to Grandmama Frump, and wanting to start a mortuary degree from Nevermore. Who better to fund that and bring about the next generation of morticians, cemetery owners, grave diggers, embalmers, the whole thing? Well, she's very impressed. He really glazed her on that, and she refuses. At which point he has Bianca enter, using her siren powers, commands Grandmama Frump to give her entire fortune to Nevermore and to not remember meeting Bianca. Let's see. Now, Weems goes to see Morticia, since she can now see her, and says, if you really want to help Wednesday, stop with the secrets. You have to tell her the truth about Issac. And Morticia's not too hep to that. Now, Grandma then pulls everyone in to Dort's office and explains she's giving her entire fortune to the academy. And, well, the rest are kind of upset, but hey, they have their own money. They don't really need her inheritance. Although Wesley is upset he's not going to get her collection of hubcaps. I think that's what he said. That doesn't matter. But Wednesday is suspicious. So she goes and confronts Bianca. And they have a fencing duel while she's interrogating her. And Wednesday wins. And Bianca tells her exactly why she did what she did. Dart's holding her mother captive. And Wednesday's like, if you just come to me, I could have helped you. At which point, Bianca again uses her siren powers to make Wednesday forget, and then she leaves. At which point, Agnes shows up. She'd been invisible this whole time, and she tells Wednesday, you were right. She is behind it all, and told you to forget about it. But Wednesday's upset with Agnes because she now looks exactly like Wednesday in dress and hair. And just lays into her. Just crushing Agnes. Crushing her. Let's see. Okay. The fancy. No. See, Agnes. Now we get an interesting bit. Dort calls Bianca to his office. Gideon is there. And it's here that Dort reveals that once he gets the Frump fortune. They're going to leave. Private plane, head out. Well, Gideon's upset. Well, Dort's upset with Gideon because he wasn't supposed to come there. They're in Vermont, I guess, is the setting here. Never really paid attention to that before. Anyways, and Gideon is like, look, I'm on the run. Well, if you wouldn't been on the run if you just stayed where you were. Well, I'm on the run. I couldn't stay. Just give me my share of the money and I'll go. To which Dort happily takes him by the shoulders and says, of course I'll give you what you have coming to you. And burns him to a crisp and throws him into the fireplace right in front of Bianca. Just so she now knows what he is capable of. Okay, well, let's see. The masked gala begins. And, Grandmama is the guest of honor, and Wednesday confronts Bianca and says, I can help you. Bianca's a little shocked. How do you know? I've got my ways. I can help you. You need to trust me. Tell me where he's holding your mother. Which Bianca does. Now, Enid is ready to go to the gala with Bruno when his ex shows up. And Enid has an epiphany. This was never going to work out. And she's not going to be a third wheel. And she's not going to be the cause of someone breaking up. And she leaves them. She goes to where the group therapy sessions were held, and she finds Agnes invisible and crying. And they kind of bond over their mutual heartbreak on different people. And Enid convinces Agnes, don't try to copy other people. Be yourself. And Agnes agrees. And, well, now that she's walked out on Bruno, she doesn't have a dance partner. Well, Agnes just happened to watch all of her rehearsals while invisible. You know, she was watching her for Wednesday. So she'll be her partner. And she gets in a dress, takes her hair out of the pigtails, and when Wednesday finds them, Agnes says, I'm not here to impress you. And Wednesday says, good. That impresses Wednesday, being who you are. And Agnes says, I assume you need us and you have a plan. Yes, I do. So, guess who was also at the party? Issac. It's a masked ball. Everybody's masked. Most of the students recognize each other. Now, during Enid's dance, Agnes appears because she's invisible, and then she isn't, and they dance, and then she goes invisible again, spinning Enid around, and then she and Enid are dancing in tandem, one being invisible, but she's not really dancing. This is all part of Wednesday's plan. Well, everybody thinks she is invisible and dancing with Enid. She goes and swipes the watch from Dort. You know, his protection from Bianca's powers. Gives it to Wednesday, then returns to the stage, reappears, disappears, reappears, disappears. Great performance. While this is happening, Ajax rescues Bianca's mom. And Wednesday has told him Bianca what they're going to do when she gives the big speech. And Bianca goes up, ready to give the speech, and she looks off to the right, and oh, there's her mom and Ajax. And there's Wednesday holding the watch. So she starts to give the prepared speech. And then calls up Morticia and Dort. I can have a speech with them. And then, with Dort, without his protection, is commanded to tell all to everyone gathered. And he does. He tells about using Bianca to force Morticia to do the fundraising, and then to force Grandmama Frump to give her fortune to him, and that he wasn't going to give it to the school. He was going to run off with it, be rich. And he also killed Gideon. Explains all that. Well, before the police can do anything, he whips out a knife and grabs Bianca as a hostage, and using his pyrotechnic ability, sets fire to the rope on the huge glass chandelier. As he's backing away, Ajax yells out at him, and he turns, and Ajax turns him to stone. He also just happens to be under the chandelier, which drops. Shades of Phantom of the Opera there. And shatters it. And the police are now scooping up the pieces and questioning everybody, and it's all working out. That's when I notice Pugsley's missing. It seems, being left out as always, being kind of pushed aside as always, he left. And the corpse moths return, and Eugene goes to Wednesday and says, they've found Issac. Where is he? He's at the Nevermore Cemetery. So is Pugsley. Well, Wednesday rushes. Not there. They find some of Pugsley's stuff there. He's been kidnapped by Issac. As to why, we're going to wait till the final episode for that. But this is a pretty good episode. I like Dort showing his actual evil side and how he's actually been behind everything that's been plaguing everybody for years. Whew. Good episode. I like Wednesday's kind of chastising of people. If you just tell me, I could have helped. Even though she's the most antisocial person there. And I really love Agnes coming into her own and being her own person. Something we've been waiting for. Making her a really good addition to the team now. Three Musketeers, I say. Well, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for the final of the season.